Good evening, everyone. Hello, hi. This is 𝐻𝐸𝐬 here from 𝐬𝐵𝐲 International. How's everyone doing on this pleasant Saturday evening? Did Singaporeans, did you manage to do the sing-along? The whole country sing-along to home? I was with my kids earlier and all of us sing along by the balcony just for fun. And it was quite heartening to see a lot of other Singaporeans who came to the balcony, shining the torchlights, right? Shining the flashlight and just giving support, especially to the frontliners who really they're probably struggling and struggling with rest, struggling with trying to keep up with the pace of the coronavirus spread. So I hope people, everyone, all of you has been staying safe, staying home, making productive use of your time. Today, the topic that we're going to talk today is a bit light, at the same time can be a little heavy. It is touching on money, on whether it is, especially during this point in time, is it wrong for you to capitalize and make money during this crisis? So I'm bringing a good friend of mine. Her name is Veronique in a short while. So we'll just let a few more people to come online to join us. Hello, Benson. So in during this crisis, why I am intentionally wanting to write and speak about this topic tonight is for this one reason. We do intend, as a company, 𝐬𝐵𝐲, we do intend to go out in a very big way and educate and help as many people as possible to develop streams of income and earn extra money on the side through the vehicle of US real estate. That's a disclaimer, that's a full disclosure. This is my intent, to help as many people as possible to do that. And I want to be able to do it tactfully. I want to be able to do it to be sensitive to people who are facing different things right now. And I want to be able to make sure that I am expressing the right things and helping those who really need help. Okay, and this is something of an intent. Sorry, I kind of lose my voice. My voice is a bit sexy tonight. So I am intending to really go out in a massive way to help as many people as we can, to show them a structure, a method, an alternative where they can explore eventually in the next few weeks on how they can use real estate in the US to help themselves in their situation. And at the same time, I want to say this method of buying properties in the US during this climate is only going to appear once in almost a lifetime. Okay, so this ship might sail if you choose to delay it further. Okay, so I don't want any of my friends in Asia especially to miss out on the boat. All right, okay, there's a lot of potential ways where you can really make good money in US real estate, build passive income streams in US real estate. Okay, and this is just one of the ways. So we're not going to talk about US real estate now tonight. We'll be talking about it in the next few weeks, few months, in fact, where I will share with you a lot more content that I've been sharing with people in our events that they pay a couple of $1,000 for. So we're going to give it for free to all those who's going to watch it, okay, over the next few weeks. So I hope you join our group. Okay, so maybe my team member, would you be able to put the ticker tape to give them the link to our group, if you can? All right, at the bottom of the screen. Yes, that's the one. Thank you so much, Father. Okay, so I'm going to bring up. I almost give her the name that that we always call her. She's someone that we affectionately call her Mama V. So a very close friend of ours and of 𝐬𝐵𝐲. She's one of our team member, a trainer in 𝐬𝐵𝐲, a lot of experience in life, in finance, real estate. So I'm bringing her online tonight, this particular moment, to actually speak and reach out to you and explain to you a bit about what we're going to talk about today. Okay, on is it wrong to make money during this crisis? So I'm just going to share the screen. Yeah, I'm going to add her in 1 second. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you so much, Veronique. So you can call her V or Veronique. She appeared in our video a couple of videos ago. So I'm bringing her again. She's perfect whenever the team members, we face a time when we're not feeling our best, whenever we need time to be uplifted, we always reach out to Veronique. And she's perfect for us and the perfect person to do a co live with me tonight. And this is Veronique. Thank you so much for coming online, Veronique.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. All right, so the topic that we're going to discuss tonight is about the morality. I'm not so sure about the right word. The morality of earning money or making money during a crisis. And there's been some people, especially on the other side of the world in the US, we have this guy by the name of Grant Cardone, okay, who is also like a mentor of ours. We learn a lot from him. And he's always been seen as someone who's always making a lot of money and burning cash and then flaunting it out. And that one extreme, which I don't really I'm not a big fan of that, in all honesty. But at the same time, he's also giving a lot of value. Okay, so because of that, I gave him that credit. Okay, this guy is giving a lot of value. He's teaching a lot of people how to make money. So let's give him that. Okay, so there are, however, especially during this crisis, right? There are a lot of people who has been struggling. There are a lot of people who has been trying to make ends meet, and they are affected very, very badly in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, all around the region. Not many countries around the region is as so-called as fortunate as Singapore or even Malaysia, right, to be able to afford billions and billions of dollars to give to their citizen. Okay, and comparatively, when you see what we give, what we can get from the government in assistance is relatively better than other people around the region. Okay, so this is something that I'm so-called fortunate in that sense, but at the same time, we also wanting to be sensitive that there are probably others out there who is feeling very, very tight in their pockets, who is feeling that, hey, I'm really struggling, and I'm seeing online that there's so many of these people making so much money. And I'm sure you know where I'm coming from. So they are probably trying to come to terms with the fact that, hey, there's people making a killing, and then people on this side, they're not exactly being very sensitive. So what do you think? You have any comments on that?
Well, plenty, actually. The first one is, as you may have guessed from my name, I'm French, and you know that. And France is actually a lot more socialist than more people think. And France has this idea that greed is bad, right? And that people should always everybody should earn the same. And if you earn too much, you should give it to me so I can have some as well, right? So there's this general idea of redistribution of wealth. And at the same time, I see a lot when I talk to people in the US, when I talk to people in Australia, it's even got a name. It's called the tall poppy syndrome, right? So if you are taller or better than other people, you got to be cut down to the right level and be at that specific level because you cannot be better than other people. At the same time, having lived in Hong Kong for a long time and having been in finance, I know that these are the times. These are the times where you can really build finance, that you can really build the wealth if you have a little bit available. So there's this constant push and pull, right, in our minds between, I'm receiving help, and I wish I could share it with everybody and everybody else could have it. And at the same time, I'm receiving help and I need to keep it, right? So this is going on a lot in the US, for instance. Everybody in the US is receiving, I think it's $1,200.
Yeah, I think some of them have, some of them still waiting for it.
Some of them have, some of them don't have it. Some of them are entitled to it, some of them not. And then there's the people that say, well, we still earn money, so we're going to use it to buy weapons. Literally, I saw that on one of the things I was reading. And the other one is like, well, it's going to feed our family for the next 3 months, right? Yeah. There's big disparities here. And without being insensitive, there's a need for some of this as well. It's like the people that have the jobs are the ones that may provide the jobs for other people, right? Like kindergarten, or not kindergartens, what do you call that? Where you drop your kids off, right? For a while. But not everybody in Asia, we're blessed because we have living help, but nowhere else, right? Nowhere else in the world is there that. So if those are not employed any longer, what do we do with it? So there's a lot of discussion about that. Is it wrong to make money? It is not from my point of view, it's not wrong. And at the same time, it is understandable that some people that have less, we find ourselves in situations where we think, oh, you know, why do they have more? What are they doing? Oh, I hate them. You know, her dress is so expensive. I know it's from Louis Vuitton, and I saw it in the window, and there's no way I could afford that with a year of salary. I hate this woman. I'm making it up. But that's kind of what happens sometimes in our minds, right?
I agree. So some people, they openly display, flaunt whatever they have, right? Not something that I love doing, honestly. But sometimes when we see kind of, when we see some of these people doing that, some of us do want to like give them a strangle. I mean, personally, because I mean, so it is your right, definitely, to earn as much as you can. But hey, I'm struggling here. You know, can you be a bit more sensitive or not be too openly candid about your behavior online on social media? But then again, it is honestly they're right. It is honestly their space, whatever you choose to do. Okay, so I'm always trying to make it all about me, right? So at that point in time, that okay, maybe it's no longer about me. So what do I do then to change the circumstance to ensure that perhaps I can also do that, or maybe not, but I can afford to do that in the future. But probably
exactly.
Not last year, you know.
So in a way, the swap is between why not me to how can I make this happen, and that's just maybe one word, right? Why is this not happening for me, or why is this not or happening to me, which is even worse, or how can I make this happen? How can I get the same amount or the same thing?
So let's discuss a little bit on that particular point that we just mentioned. Okay, so this is the guy who is Mr. Cadone. I don't know whoever the guy is, right? So he's swimming in money, making cash. Other people are struggling, trying to feed their children, trying to send money to their family, trying to make Milo. I don't know, no money for this and that, right? I can understand that. Okay, I've been through rough times before, and I've been through rough times, especially in my dark few years when I just started my business in Noble Sky when it was born in 2014, 2015, when I was trying to build this up. It was tough, especially when we're trying to figure out how to run a business. And at the same time, I use my credit card, use my debit card when really almost killing myself, right? Okay, financially screwing myself up all over. So it wasn't easy. And when I see someone doing this, displaying, flaunting their wealth online, okay, it's not easy for me to ignore them. Not easy, especially when we are on social media all the time. Okay?
Yes.
There's this guy here, right, who is always enjoy like something that he's doing is like somehow just turning something on to just cash money out for some reason. But something that people don't realize is that what did he do before that, okay, to actually allow him to earn the killing that he's having now. There's probably a lot of things that he has done, which is what I am careful about. So I work very hard. Okay, we made good money for the past year or so, and it's something that I want to be able to be careful and not try to flaunt unnecessarily. So we want to make sure that, hey, how instead then do I not turn out to be like this guy here? So
there's that, and there's also that was a really interesting question I heard not so long ago, which is don't ask the billionaire what he's doing now. Ask the billionaire what he did to become one.
I like that. Thank you. What he did to become one.
That's the truth. I mean, we went through that. Most of us have at some stage. Most of the people that are currently wealthy or well placed, even in this crisis time, have had those times where there was no money, and most famous people had those times where they had no money, or where they went bankrupt, or they considered declaring bankruptcy. All these sort of things. Yes. Right, and in part, I think it's part of the growth that some people need to have.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Right.
So I'm sure we can relate to this lady here.
Yes.
No wallet, no money inside, right? Okay, I almost want to cry. Like, look at my bank account. Trying to, I've done this before to share with people here before. I used to have about 5 bank accounts in Singapore. Okay, and at one point in time, I was even transferring cents just to be able to fork out to make it $20 and $0.20 something cents to be able to withdraw. I've done that before. Okay, and it wasn't it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't nice, and I had to choose between using this money. I was with I as a CEO at the time, choosing whether we want to take this money to feed the cat or to use this money to buy our food. So we end up choosing to do both while eating very little and choosing to feed the cat at the same time. Because we have a lot of cats who are hungry, right? So it wasn't just me, right? I was affected. So I was building this business with Ice, the CEO of Noble Sky now, and it was tough going through those times, and it was wanting to cry. However, I would like to honestly give myself a pat in the back, is that I chose not to allow the circumstance to affect me all the time. That's one thing. Right? It's intentional thought and mind is we have to be very strong. Okay, instead of crying and then just scolding and blaming everyone else around the world, I ensure that, hey, okay, what exactly should I do to keep moving forward, to change my circumstance?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's how you direct your mind, right?
Yes. That's right. I think that's important. And the first thing that I know people need to do is to accept. Okay, yes. There are going to be people who's going to make money, lots of it, in fact. And when they make the money, I'm sure that
that works quite nicely, actually, except for the fact that I'm not on the screen.
No, yeah, correct. So sorry. So one thing for sure is that people are going to make money, and for us who are struggling, who's seeing these things online, on social media, everywhere, we have to accept and be happy for them. That's at least the first obstacle for us to overcome. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. And I think sometimes, you could say, oh, this person, blah, 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 blah. But really, when we stay stewing in that, we're actually hurting ourselves.
Yes.
Right? Unless this person really is, and I'll put that in bracket, but a crook or something like that, and we know where the money's coming, maybe you can grumble after them. But the rest of the time, just say, oh, wow, you did really well. Congratulations.
Yep.
That changes our own vibration, right?
Correct.
And a lot of this is about vibration and how we think.
Yes, I agree. Correct. It changed our state, changed our vibration. I perfectly agree with that. So as the moment we chose to be happy for them, it changed it kind of purify yourself inside as well.
Yeah.
You are sincerely happy for them. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And one thing I know for a fact is that if I want to be able to start making changes in my state, my financial state, my emotional state, whatever, the first thing I realized we have to be is to have gratitude. Be extremely grateful for what we have first. Even if at a point in time we have nothing. That's something that's not easy. It's a challenge.
But you still have something. You still had a roof over your head.
That's right. Correct.
Right?
Correct.
You still had water to drink. Gratitude, it's one of my favorite things. In fact, that's one of my biggest tip to every one of my clients when I coach them. That's the first thing. What do you start with? That's how I start my day. That's how I end my day. You know, one of my gratitudes today is, hey, the internet worked all the way. I'm not going to jinx that, touch wood, right? But really being grateful for what we have and appreciating everything we have. As we said again, it's just about the vibration we put out to the universe. The more we can practice gratitude, the more we bring in more to ourselves.
Correct. And this is something I believe a lot. And as a Muslim, especially during this Ramadan, those who are fasting, happy fasting, may this one bring you closer to Him. And he has already ordained in the Quran, right, saying that if you're grateful, I'll give you more. So don't ever dream of asking for wealth or anything else further without first being grateful for what you currently have. See, that's his promise, right? And it's mentioned several times, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not. Please, all right. I know that's it's true. It's in the Quran itself. So gratitude is powerful, and I know sometimes we are griping instead of being grateful. We are griping, thinking that, hey, what did that guy do? He's so simple. He can just make money. Hey, I'm seeing a lot of things on social media. These guys are having a great life, traveling all around the world, putting such fancy pictures. Is there a photographer following them when they go over?
I thought that before. I'm like, how do they do that? I can't even take a selfie.
Is there a drone following these people? Right? Why are they so so lavish. How is that possible? Is that like really literally somebody there, or did they ask someone and then they start posing? I had that in mind, Maybe I was thinking about that. Hey, these people have photographers, is it following them on Instagram? I see all these lavish things happening. I'm suffering like crazy, and these guys can afford photographers. The more we go into that spiral, the worse it gets.
Yes.
Right. So and I know the first thing we have to reverse that is to be grateful for what we have. That's the one thing that and not allowing circumstance to affect us. It's easier said than done, but taking absolute control. I put take control, but I key in the word absolute and absolute control of your situation around you, not allowing things to affect you, taking absolute control to make sure that you push forward. And be happy for others, be grateful is absolute control. You must have full, absolute authority with your life. This is my,
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing, I think sometimes, yes, circumstances can be bad, difficult and everything. I always say to people, if you're going to feel sorry for yourself, make sure you do it for a short time.
Yes.
Right. So I have in the past literally told my client, or I've done it for myself, put the alarm on 1 hour. You're allowed to do it for an hour. An hour is for big things, okay? Otherwise, it's going to be 5 minutes and then you're done, right? And
thank you. That's a very good tip.
Yeah. And then here's another thing, and I learned that from Tony Robbins, but from other people as well, which is that when we are in this state where we let the circumstances affect us, we're what they call suffering state. And we're suffering because we're focused on ourselves.
Yes.
And only on ourselves. The minute we take our focus outside, then we can be in control and we can choose what state we're in.
Correct. So one of the things that he likes to do is making sure that you jump around, check it off yourself. Yeah. It helps, right? Yeah, it helps when you're moving about and jumping about and just bouncing and bouncing.
Dance around, make silly faces, you name it. You do anything you want.
It gets you out of the funk.
Yes, literally. From funk to funky.
Funk to funky. Correct. So this is something here that I just make something simple. That what you can do to take action, especially people who are literally not having a good time, those who are going through tough times. It is something that you can use to guide yourself. First one I feel is first have gratitude for what you currently have. Then you have to start educating yourself. It might not be in order, okay, but there might be something I'm missing, but I'm just putting this together. Educate yourself on what you can do to change your circumstance. Find something that helps you make money. And I'm sure finance is one of the main things that's affecting a lot of people. Okay, take massive action on whatever you intend to do, whatever you have educated yourself upon. Take massive action. The keyword here is massive. Take massive action. However, also look into managing your current finances. This is something that you have to do. Okay. On my very first video in this particular group is to tell people, if you want to survive and thrive, you have to monitor every single expense that you have. Put that into separate accounts, right? Okay. Once you do that, once you correct this, which is something that I did for myself, it works. For my business, for myself, when I start doing that intentionally, even when you owe people money, it comes from an account. Okay. You have to manage your money first. This is important. And then learn to multiply that money. Okay, so you multiply that money to make sure that it grows to help you get out of that circumstance that you're suffering from. So it can work, it can help you, even if you're in deep debt, all right, in bankruptcy or whatsoever, there are ways to get out of it. It's not impossible.
Absolutely. And managing the current finances, that's something that is really important, because when you feel like you're going down the hole, you really don't want to be looking at this. But the only way to know what you're starting from is to have a clear picture of it. And so sometimes it can be very, very confronting for people to literally look at, these are my debts, these are my liabilities. And then sometimes you discover funny ones, like you have more assets than you think, or the other way around. Usually, unfortunately, it's the other way around. But you have to start there. It's like, if you're going somewhere and Google Map does not know where you currently are, there is no way you can get there. At least not with Google Map.
Correct. That's right.
So that's really what it is. And once you have that picture, it is a lot easier to decide where you're going to start multiplying your money, right?
Yes. Correct. There would be a time, if you're not sure how, reach out to those who knows. This is something.
Oh yeah, that's what education's about as well. And there's so much available at the moment. It's crazy.
And I'll make this out. If you need help in this, to ask about financial help, advice, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to advise you on what you can do, okay, on how you can take it, because I've been through it before, right? And there are steps that I've done to make sure that I got out of it. It has been done. It's not impossible. It's tough, okay? It's tough. There's bitter pill to swallow. There are bitter pills to swallow, okay? But
nobody thinks it was easy to become a millionaire either.
No, it's not.
But everybody would be.
Honestly, being a millionaire is overrated, in my opinion. Being a millionaire is overrated.
Well, I'm a millionaire. I live in Bali, right? A million rupiahs buys a couple of meals.
Yeah, correct. Well, honestly, you don't have to be a millionaire. You want freedom and abundance, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily have to be a millionaire to be one. Okay, it's perspective.
I agree completely. Mindset.
Yeah, mindset, correct. So this is just advice for people out there. Okay, if you have been making a killing, be a blessing instead, and use social media to teach and advise others. This is something that I want to reach out, especially to those who's watching this. You're not in deep trouble. You're not in financial problem. You don't have financial problems, and you have the ability to make money. You know where to make money from. Okay, and you use social media as a platform to teach and advise others. In fact, do it for free. You see, you don't ask money for it. Do it for free. Okay.
Yeah.
Create a separate group even to do so, as long as you're doing something to advise them, and to teach them and help them. Be a blessing instead. This is something that I want to just reach out to those people who are doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crushing it. And if you're struggling, this is the part where I want to say, don't be bitter with those you see online making a ton of money.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself into that spiral, right? Okay, do not. Okay, reach out. Swallow your ego. Swallow your bitter pill. Okay, reach out to people for advice on what you can do. I'm sure they can assist you. If not, if everyone out there decline you, please, you can reach out to us. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
An open statement here. Reach out to us. Okay, I'll show you exactly what you can do to help you get out of that state for free. I'm not even charging anything for this. Okay, we can help. Whatever we can help, we would definitely help to my level best. Right, everyone's level best within Noble Sky. We are more than happy to do so.
Yeah, completely. I agree with you.
Yeah. So other than that, I think we're almost that is the very last slide. So we just want to give full disclosure one more time. Okay, that why we decided to talk about this tonight is because over the next few weeks, Noble Sky do intend to explain a bit more, a lot more on helping people to earn money through US real estate, ensuring they don't miss the boat. Okay, that's going to sail. All right, this boat might sail. If you missed it, it might be gone. So you want to make sure that you enter it and do well together financially. It is like every time I speak to a lot of investors who's made a lot of money in real estate in the US, every one of them wish they bought more money during the crisis last 10 years ago. Okay,
absolutely.
12 years ago, yeah. They wish they bought more.
This is what 𝐬𝐸 disclosed, right? That he picked up about 5,000 properties during that time.
Yes, correct. That's right. So it can be the same for you. Okay, so you don't need a lot of money, right, guys, to do this. You don't need a lot. You don't need plenty of money. You think if I need to stop applying Singapore real estate or your local real estate, but I need hundreds of thousands to put as down payment. I need the other thing. I need a good credit score to get a loan. Okay, that's not a requirement at all when you do this with us. So this is something we want to let you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Mama, any last parting advice for us before we call this a night?
Any last advice? It's all in your mindset. Right. So bless the money. The more you bless the money, even when you have to spend it, if you really are grateful for the fact that you are able to spend it, or you're able to pay that phone bill, that electrical bill, and send the money out with gratitude rather than grumbling. Oh, I don't want to pay this, but if I do pay this, if I don't pay it, then they'll cut it off or anything like that. If you put a big smile on your face while it's being done and you appreciate it and you literally offer gratitude, it makes a huge difference, and you actually create the space for the money to come back in.
Yes.
So gratitude, 3 things that I write every morning: my goals, my gratitudes, and my targets. Every night I finish with what I'm grateful for.
Very nice. All right,
So.
thank you. I think that's something that everyone should adopt, even myself. Yeah, I mean, I have someone who's always reminding me to write this all the time, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
I guess.
You're welcome.
Other than that, I want to say thank you so much, Veronique, for joining us tonight. And
My pleasure.
We would be sharing a lot more content with you over the next few weeks, and intentionally sharing with you how you can monetize on the US real estate market, and even this from Asia, from where you are, without leaving your home. Okay, using doing all over the internet. And this is my number 1 goal this year itself, is to help as many people as possible to start building streams of income from American real estate. This is with help of my partners in the US, of course, not just me alone. The property don't just quickly appear. Okay, there's some things to be done to buy the right stuff. But thank you again, Veronique, for joining us tonight. To all Muslims who are fasting, happy fasting. Hope that this month brings you closer to Him, and use this time to cleanse yourself. Hope you don't overeat. Right? Okay, don't overeat when you break your fast. A tip for me, because I'm trying to lose my tummy. You don't see it right now, but I'm trying to lose my tummy. Is at 6:30 or 6:15, I like to go for a run just before breaking fast. Go for a run just to shed as much as I can. That's a small tip. Exercise. Okay, I have a fitness freak in the house, showing me how, encouraging us to exercise.
Yeah.
All right. Other than that, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and I hope to see you at the next live video. Thank you.
Thank you.